Your mom still want me to do that story on her, you know. So you might have to have another word with her.
All right.
When you look at the way this season went, especially compared to last season, you know, when you guys won a championship, what do you think were the main differences in the way the team approached things, the makeup, attitude, and all those things?
You know, it's always harder to go back and do it again. We had a little bit of different group. We had a little bit more less experience. We had a lot of adversity this season with guys being in and out of the lineup. We never had a time where we really were just all together. I think last year we had a time where at the beginning of the season where we all was locked in and we all was all healthy at the same time, and we wasn't healthy at the end of the season, but we still had that experience that we could pull on from the beginning of the season where we was all healthy. I think this year was a little bit more in and out, guys missing and different things like that. So it was tough to build that chemistry and that camaraderie that you need to win a championship. I think we did our best job of dealing with the situation, and I think we got the most out of our group.
You know, you've obviously developed into a leader in the locker room there. What kind of maintenance from a leadership standpoint was needed this season, and how does that compare and contrast to other seasons that you've been here?
I think it was a lot more maintenance this year than in the years prior. You know, last year it was kind of smooth sailing for the most part. We had a couple bumps in the road, but we had a lot more. We had a lot of veterans and guys who already knew how to. Deal with, they kind of knew what they were. They knew their roles. They knew what to expect. But we had a lot younger guys, and roles were changing every couple of weeks due to guys being in and out of the lineup, and so it was a lot more different things to deal with this year. I think we did a good job of coming together at the end of the year and really relying on each other and building that brotherhood. And I think that's why we was able to, get out of the first round and even compete in the second round after struggling, earlier in the season. So I think we kind of rallied together and figured it out, but it was definitely a lot of bumps.
Kevon, Alex Simon from Bay Area News Group. I know you and Jordan are close in that way. When you kind of see the varying roles, it seems like his role shifted maybe the most often amongst all the guys into the starting lineup out of it. How do you approach a guy or even try to help him as a friend and a teammate and a leader when those roles seem to be so variable all season?
You just try to make him comfortable out there on the court and off the court. It's not easy to have your role change from game to game and from week to week. It was times where Steph was out, Wiggs is out, he's carrying us and playing 35, 40 minutes and getting a lot of shots and holding down the fort. And then another time he's coming off the bench, playing spot minutes. And it can be frustrating. And I think he did a good job handling that. And for me, just trying to be there for him if he needs somebody to talk to, just to let him talk. And also just, like I said, making him comfortable, trying to let him know what the group expects and what Steve and everybody expects of him, and just trying to be there for him.
Kevon, do you reflect at all just on the greatness that you guys have had with this core group? I know it's just the day after right now, but everybody says, well, is this group going to be able to stay together? Is it the end of a dynasty, so to speak? But do you allow yourself to think back on just how special this has been these last recent years and how hard it is to win?
Not yet. I think last year, after we won, I got a chance to reflect and think about all the great things we did. But this year, still fresh, still a sore spot to getting put out in the second round. And, this group's been through a lot, and I feel like we got a lot more to give. And, watching Steph, Klay, and Draymond and what they did all season and what they did in the playoffs was spectacular. And it obviously shows that they have a lot left more to give. And, so this summer, I'm definitely going to reflect on the past and what I can do to help our team get better, and what I can do to get myself better to help us get back to the finals and get back to our ultimate goal. And so, yeah, I haven't reflected yet, but I'm gonna take some time.
Well, did you amaze yourself at all during any of these stretches when the rebounds were 20, 23, 22, and just how you kept doing it no matter who was in the paint with you, Davis or whoever else?
This is what you train for. This is what you want to happen. You don't know if it's going to happen, if the ball's going to fall your way, if you're going to be healthy enough to get the job done. But all the cards kind of fell in the right place for me towards the end of the season, playoffs. I feel like I peaked at the right time and was playing some of my best basketball in my career. I feel like I can continue to get better. I feel like I can do more. I feel like I'm just trying to set a new standard for myself of what I can do and what I can reach. So yeah, I won't say I surprised myself, but I was happy with myself to be able to help my team and be able to perform at a high level.
You guys, the organization has always been known about its chemistry and things like that, and we all know what the chemistry was like this season. But when you are constantly trying to repair that on the fly, like how hard is it to come together in a postseason environment like this?
It's not easy, but I think we did a good job. I think we did come together. I think to beat that Sacramento team, I think it took all of us. It took a group effort, and I think we came together, and I think our chemistry was really good. Towards the end of the season, to get into the playoffs and get into the season that we wanted, and then to win in the first round, I think our chemistry got to a level that it needs to be at, that needs to continue to grow and to go forward. Ultimately we didn't complete our goal. I don't think chemistry was the issue. Sometimes you run up against a team that outplays you and that's better, and that's what I think that will happen.
What do you think, Kevon, what do you think the team kind of needs different to kind of get back to where you guys were at a championship level, or in a championship contender level for next season?
I think it's still a little too fresh for me to give you an exact answer of what we were missing. Up until yesterday, I still thought we had enough to win. So I don't really know. That's kind of a Bob and Steve's job to do. I think the experience of this year is going to help us going forward, especially with all the younger guys and the new faces that we had. I think we will be able to grow from this experience and losing and losing together. I think it'll take us a long way.
You've been around this team long enough to where you can look at different seasons and how they went and what it was like. And you've been around some teams that were really tight, together, and you've been around some teams that were a little more fractured and had to kind of keep coming together, kind of thing. When you look at this year's team, like you said, you guys came together toward the end of the season. How much of that was just guys getting healthy, and how much of that was just the experience of what happened before, and you guys working past all of that stuff?
I think it was a combination of both. I think the biggest part was guys getting healthy. When you're able to play together and lose together and grow together on the road and at home and different things like that, and have more defined roles, I think it makes things a lot easier. But we had a lot of time where guys in and out of lineup and guys' minutes was fluctuating. You didn't never knew what to really expect a lot of part of the season. Missing Steph for some long periods of time, that never helps your team because he's the best player in the world. So I think it was just guys being out of lineup and roles always changing because of that. That kind of affected the way our team was. We never got a chance to look at our whole team for a long stretch of the year. So I think that was probably the biggest thing. But I think we did a good job of coming together. I think the younger guys was able to get an opportunity and learn when them guys were out, and I think they're going to get better from that.
You mentioned earlier that you guys last year you had some more older guys on the team, but when you look at the bench you had last year, guys Otto and Beli and GP2 and Juan and D-Lee and those guys, they were also they were older, but they also had an attitude that kind of said, okay, I belong here. Some of those guys had to scrap to get to the NBA.
Right.
Do you guys miss some of that attitude where you just every day you have to prove you belong?
I I wouldn't say that.
Bench.
I wouldn't say that because no, that was our attitude for our bench last year. But in my years prior, we had bonafide, guys off the bench who had long NBA careers. So you can do it with different types of supporting cast. So we did miss. Those guys had a lot of experience and they had a lot of pedigree, had been around and seen a lot of different basketball. I think we kind of missed some of that basketball know-how. Not having Andre be able to play this year a lot because of injury. Otto and Beli had played a lot of basketball in their life and they kind of knew what to do and that basketball IQ that they brought. We don't replace that. It's kind of tough.